Hello kids, how's going on? Yes, after the first lecture, I'm back with lecture 2 on the first chapter of civics, the working of constitution. Let's start with the concept of democracy. Being a democratic country, democracy is of prime importance. But we can't learn democracy alone. You cannot learn democracy keeping aside the other two factors of social justice and judicial system. If you want democracy to be successful, it has to be with the other two and not alone. At your level in 10th standard, you just have to learn four major factors which make democracy strong. Politics is a part and parcel of our society. Hence, the first is political maturity. The moment politics comes, it gives rise to elections. And you or I, he or she, we all have the right to vote. Hence, the second most important factor is right to vote, followed by decentralization. Such a huge country, and if there is everything centralized, it means that there can be misuse of power again. To avoid the misuse of power, decentralization is most important. Not to forget, right to information. This has been added recently, but it has become the spinal cord of democracy. So the 4 points for you to buy out are: in democracy, it's political maturity, right to vote, decentralization, and last but not the least, it's the right to information. Let's talk about political maturity in detail now. Democracy is representative in structure. इसका मतलब बहुत बड़ा देश है, 130 करोड़ की आबादी है. गवर्नमेंट कांट कम एंड आस्क ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन, राइट? या आप क्या बोलते हो, हाँ या ना, हाँ या ना? So we have to elect our own representatives. But actually, democracy is not only representative, it is. Democracy is the essence of the representative structure. And you know how? It integrates the principles of democracy into the political life. Yes, each and every Indian, we on regular intervals have direct representation in parliamentary level, state legislature, and the local government. I repeat, हम लोग हमारे प्रतिनिधि चुनते हैं. पार्लियामेंट्री लेवल नंबर 1 मतलब सेंट्रल लेवल, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर नंबर 2 इसका मतलब स्टेट लेवल, एंड नंबर 3 इज द लोकल गवर्नमेंट. दैट मीन्स द सरपंच, द पंचायती राज. In this way, we have become politically mature. Please see to this couple of examples that I've given you. The first picture clearly indicates how successful our Indian democracy is. My dear kids, there were more than 82 crore people who went for voting in India, which is 150% of the total population of the United States of America. And you remember it, we do this practice every 5 years. Isn't it great? Yes. Seeing the below picture, you can see how successful our Indian voting has become. See the queue in which both men and women are standing. Some are aged, some have kids in their hands, some are college going girls. Yes, our constitution gave the voting right to females right from 1947. Do you know? France, one of the most developed nation which got independence in 1789, gave the voting right to females only in 1946. Aren't we better, kids? It's for you to decide. Yes, now we go with the second point. That is right to vote. वोट डालना हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार होता है. Do you know that Britishers also gave Indians the right to vote before independence? But the rights were not given to all. It was a restricted one. Only those who were highly qualified, only those who were very wealthy, who owned some property, who were foreign written, they were given the right to vote. Yes, that means pre-independence, there were lots of provisions. कौन वोट करेगा, कौन नहीं करेगा. Poor people had no right to vote. But see how good our constitution is. We got independence in 1947. And from the day go, everyone, rich or poor, whether you have property or you do not have property, whether you are married or you are unmarried, whether you belong to a scheduled caste or a scheduled tribe, no discrimination at all. Right to vote for one and all. Evolution हुआ है. That's right. Initially our voting age was 21 years of age. But now it has been 18 years. हर वो बंदा जिसने 18 साल की उम्र पार कर ली हो, वो वोट कर सकता है. You have to be a citizen of India and you can vote. That's enough. Now, by reducing the voting age from 21 to 18, it has given the young generation an opportunity to participate in the political affairs of the country, an opportunity to choose their own representatives. They have no excuses कि हमको तो हमारे बड़ों का किया धरा भुगतना पड़ रहा है. No. You are 18, go and give the vote to the person of your choice. In this way, India becomes the largest democracy in the world. And my dear kids, whatever I explained to you is a 2-mark question. As it comes as a give reason, India is the largest democracy in the world. Explain. And this process, where everyone above 18 years of age gets a right to vote, is called as adult suffrage. I repeat, anyone who crosses 18 years of age gets a right to vote, and that is called as adult suffrage. We have one more 2-mark question which can be asked to you from the same topic, right to vote. The question goes this way. What is the effect of reducing the age of voting from 21 years to 18 years? The initial part of the answer is the same as I explained about the previous one. Point number 1, that our constitution guarantees us adult suffrage. Meaning, anyone, whether men or women, above 18 years of age have the right to vote, thereby making India the largest democracy in the world. One point that you have to remember, this is not only quantitative, this is qualitative. देश को गरम खून चाहिए चलाने के लिए, देश को यंगस्टर्स चाहिए जो स्ट्रेस को ले सकते हैं, जो थोड़े बहुत एग्रेसिव हों, जो अपने देश का अपमान कभी सहन ना करें। और आजकल की जनरेशन तो पढ़ी लिखी है, सो there's a combination. This gave India not only a quantitative change, not only the number of people increased for voting, it is a qualitative change. Yes. Therefore, many youngsters have jumped into it. Young voters putting vote, starting new political parties. They are doing the work what we, the common man, want them to do. How can you forget? Let me give you some examples of Milind Deora from Congress Party, Sandeep Patra from BJP, or let me talk about our very own Aditya Thackeray of Shiv Sena. They are young, they're dynamic, and they have that vigor and valor to take the country ahead. This ends the question that what is the impact of reducing the age from 21 years to 18 years. I hope there are no doubts in your mind, right? Many young children ask me, सर हिंदुस्तान की तरह वर्ल्ड के बाकी सब देश भी 18 years पूरे होने पर वोटिंग करने देते हैं क्या? No. Talking about South American countries like Ecuador and Brazil, they allow voting after completion of 16 years. Austria, a European nation, also allows voting on the completion of 16 years. Whereas another European country, Greece, allows voting on the completion of 17 years. 17 साल की कैटेगरी में there are two Asian countries, North Korea and Indonesia. Whereas India and Australia allow their citizens to vote after the completion of 18 years of age, and New Zealand allows only on the completion of 21 years. Let's go with the third point, decentralization of democracy. Yes, centralization is effective only if the country is smaller. India is a huge country, length and breadth. कितना बड़ा है हमारा देश, बाप रे बाप. यहां पर सेंट्रलाइजेशन काम नहीं करेगा. नहीं. अगर सेंट्रलाइजेशन लाया, then India will become a like communist nation or some dictatorship nation. So democracy cannot thrive over here. Therefore, decentralization of democracy is the basic need of India. It gives the youngsters a chance to participate in politics. हर छोटे छोटे काम के लिए आप ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी को डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर सकते हो. आपके एरिया में अगर ड्रेनेज प्रॉब्लम है, यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट नरेंद्र मोदी टू कम एंड इंस्पेक्ट द सेम. यू गो टू योर लोकल एमएलए, ही हैज द पावर, ही हैज द अथॉरिटी. वो करके देगा सॉल्व छोटे मोटे इश्यूज. आपके इश्यू अगर देश के डिफेंस से रिलेटेड है तो बात कीजिए, तो सेंट्रल पावर आएगा बीच में, अदरवाइज नहीं. So there are two main things to learn in decentralization. Empowering the local self-government. The local self-government मतलब जो गांव के लेवल हैं, जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल हैं, उनको शक्तिशाली बनाओ. ये जो हम कहते हैं ना डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नेंस, make genuine democratic governance a reality. And we have done it, kids. We have done it. Many attempts are made, dear children. But the best thing that I have given you is what? 73rd Amendment to the Constitution and 74th Amendment to the Constitution. Amendment का मतलब changes. The Constitution was changed 2 times so that we can give the local self-governing institutions more powers. Powers to deal with the problems that they face at that level. And this is what the best is needed. Decentralization of democracy is being proved over here by changing the constitution itself. Not once, but twice. Kids, I take you to the fourth leg of democracy, right to information. As I gave you an introduction of the same in the initial part of the lecture, it was introduced late in 2005. थोड़ा देर से आया, लेकिन कहते हैं ना, देर आए लेकिन दुरुस्त आए. Yes. It's a representative government. हमने हमारी गवर्नमेंट को चुना है. वो लोग पैसा खर्च करते हैं. कोई स्टेट सीमेंट के हाईवेज बनाती है तो सरकार 36 हवाई जहाज खरीदती है, लड़ाकू विमान, फॉर 58,500 करोड़. पैसा तो हमारा है ना, टैक्स तो हम पे कर रहे हैं ना. So don't we have the right to ask them? Yes? When your dad gives you pocket money and you spend it, don't you think your parents have the right to question you? जो पैसा दिया था उसका क्या किया भाई? Where did you spend it? Have you spent it on right track or no? पैसे का इस्तेमाल सही किया कि नहीं? गलत रास्ते पे तो नहीं किया ना? सेम वे हमारे देश का जो भी खर्चा होता है, जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स बनते हैं, जो भी डैम्स बनते हैं, हम एज द टैक्स पेयर, ये हमारा अधिकार है पूछना. द राइट टू गेट इंफॉर्मेशन. रिमेंबर, when you ask question, the government will have to answer you. In other words, it increases communication between the government and the people. Now, when you start talking to each other, it strengthens democracy. क्योंकि आप पूछ रहे हो, वो बता रहे हैं. अगर आपको ठीक नहीं लगा तो you can again counter them. They will again come up with some explanation. और इस तरीके से the best part happens is it builds relationship of trust between the people and the government, kids. Yes, so that is very important. Right to information. Kids, when we follow a certain ideology, why do we follow it? It's because we know it is beneficial for us. So if we are following the right to information, it surely would be beneficial. It is. It is very beneficial for democracy. Yes. The two important hallmarks of the right to information, or the RTI, are transparency and accountability. When I say transparency, means don't hide anything from the taxpayers, the citizens of the country. जो भी है क्रिस्टल क्लियर बात करो, प्रूफ्स के साथ. पैसा सिटीजन्स का है, सिटीजन्स ने आपको चुना है, तो अगर आप उनका भरा हुआ पैसा कहीं पे खर्च कर रहे हो और उनको इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, प्रोवाइड इट. सिंपल यार. जस्ट गिव देम द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी. सी, कोई भी परफेक्ट नहीं होता है, गलतियां होती हैं. तो अगर गवर्नमेंट से कोई गलती हुआ है, द गवर्नमेंट शुड एक्सेप्ट इट. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज अकाउंटेबिलिटी. आपने वो काम किया है, वो काम सही हुआ, यू हैव टू बी अप्रेज्ड, यस. लेकिन अगर वो काम गलत हुआ तो डोंट पास ऑन द बक ऑन अदर्स. एक्सेप्ट इट. You should be held accountable. This makes RTI very beneficial. To sum up the right of information, I would like to help you all. See, you can't ask everything to the government. अगर आप ऐसे सवाल पूछते हो जिससे हिंदुस्तान की एकाग्रता पर सवाल खड़े हो सकते हैं, जैसे हिंदुस्तान के डिफेंस रिलेटेड मैटर्स बाकी देशों को इजीली मालूम पड़ सकते हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट आपको मना कर सकती है. हाँ, लेकिन आप ऐसा कोई भी सवाल पूछिए, कोई प्रोजेक्ट है जो गवर्नमेंट ने लिया है एंड यू थिंक कि वो प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर कुछ गड़बड़ है, वो प्रोजेक्ट को बरोबर कैरी आउट नहीं किया गया है, यू कैन आस्क क्वेश्चंस. I have created some examples for you, like, have you consulted the experts? What did you do? Why did you do in that particular way? आपने एक particular format क्यों follow नहीं किया? Or who took the decisions? Were the decisions taken by competent authorities? या बस जल्दबाजी में आपने पास कर दिया? आप ऐसे कोई भी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हो. गवर्नमेंट इज बाउंड टू आंसर यू. थैंक यू किड्स. I hope you've understood this part of democracy. Meet you soon with the second aspect of the chapter, social justice, coming soon.